Okay. And then you press Zoom again.
Got it.
Got it?
So this is what for the agenda. Okay. One and 7.
Well, and I have 2 minutes.
Okay,
I was fast.
I got
Sorry.
Okay.
Probably a whole lot of people just waiting outside to come in at the last minute.
I think so. All those cars out there, I thought there were a lot more people. I guess they're at the library.
Yeah.
Or wait until it starts. It's 7 o'clock.
7. Okay, good evening. We'll call the meeting to order. Moved by Councillor Featherstone, seconded by Councillor Clark, that this meeting be open at 7 p.m. and that the agenda be amended to include a closed session for personal matters about an identifiable individual, including municipal or local board employees. All in favor? Carrie. Now we have the adoption of the previous minutes, and there's 5 meetings. What happened here? I think this is it. Yeah. Oh, it's okay. So it's all on one. That's good. Moved by Councillor Featherstone, seconded by Councillor Clark, that the minutes of the regular meetings of council held July 25th and special meetings of council held August 15th, August 24th, and August 28th, 2023 be adopted as circulated. All in favor? Carried. Any disclosure of pecuniary interest? Okay, and then next we have presentations and delegations by Maxine and Samantha, and it's violence against women.
Good evening. My name is Samantha. I am a nurse at the North Bay Indigenous Hub, but also sit on the committee for violence against women.
Hello, my name is Maxime. I'm a social worker for the Conseil scolaire public du Nord-Est de Ontario, and I work at a school Héritage in North Bay. And I also sit on the Violence Against Women Coordinating Committee. So I'll start us off. So Carol Colton, Anastasia Cusick, and Natalie Warmerdam of Renfrew County were killed by their former intimate partner, and an inquest into their deaths was held in June of 2022. Of the 86 recommendations for change issued by the jury as part of this inquest, the first is that the Ontario government finally declare intimate partner violence an epidemic. This recommendation is directly replicated in the 2023 report issued by the Mass Casualty Commission following the Nova Scotia mass shooting inquiry. So intimate partner violence, or IPV, is the use of behavior to gain control and power over a current or former spouse, dating, or sexual partner. IPV does not appear the same way in every relationship. It may include physical violence, sexual violence, criminal harassment, threats of physical or sexual violence, reproductive coercion, coercive control, spiritual abuse, cyber violence, emotional abuse, financial abuse, or psychological abuse. IPV is not a series of isolated incidents, but a pattern of abusive behavior. So victims and abusers can be of any age, gender, sexual orientation, or religion, and have any educational background or income. While victims do not fit a mold, women disproportionately experience IPV as the victim, with men being the abuser. Over 1/3 of women in Canada aged 15 years and older will experience IPV in their lifetime. Research also shows that women often experience IPV with greater frequency and severity, for example, being strangled, assaulted, or threatened with a weapon. Due to the devastating impacts of colonialism, IPV against Indigenous women is significantly higher. We're looking at 6 in 10 compared with non-Indigenous women. Research also shows that sexual minority women, trans women, as well as women with disabilities experience IPV at a likelihood of more than 1 in 2. IPV is preventable, but for some women, it will be a death sentence. Approximately every 6 days, a woman is killed in Canada by a current or previous intimate partner. Thus far in 2023, there have been at least 7 women who have been killed by a male intimate partner in Ontario. For those who do survive, there are numerous harms that come with IPV. For example, IPV is the leading cause of homelessness for women and their children. IPV is also associated with numerous physical and mental health conditions, substance use issues, food insecurity, human trafficking, and difficulty keeping a job. Children exposed to IPV often experience adverse outcomes, which may continue into adulthood. We're talking about high-risk behaviors like delinquency and substance abuse, an increased likelihood of entering the juvenile system, chronic health conditions, and mental health challenges. Those exposed to IPV as children are more likely to become involved in violent, intimate relationships as victims or perpetrators themselves. Children exposure to IPV is devastatingly not uncommon. In 2018, IPV was considered the primary form of child maltreatment in Ontario, making up nearly half of all substantiated investigations. While IPV is often hidden behind closed doors, the consequences are devastating and costly, ultimately affecting every member of society. The Department of Justice Canada conducted a study that looked at the cost of spousal violence incidents that occurred in 2009 alone. And for clarification, this study included folks who were married, common law, separated, or divorced, and did not include the cost of IPV stemming from dating or sexual partnerships. Findings provided a conservative estimate that spousal violence has an annual economic impact of $7.4 billion. At a municipal level, IPV contributes to an unsafe community, an increase in homelessness, decreased police and ambulance capacity, additional needs for social housing, and added pressures on the healthcare system and social services.
So at a local level, these numbers were pulled from the Nipissing district. Victim Services received 475 calls for service for IPV in 2022. During this period, Victim Services supported 400 women, and they were all IPV victims, as well as their 39 children who were harmed or witnessed the IPV. In addition, Victim Services responded to sexual violence incidences involving 90 female victims. The North Bay Police Service had approximately 1,200 domestic-related calls for service in 2022, which is consistent with about 3 to 4 domestic violence calls related each day. While the data shared provides insight into the prevalence of IPV in our community and beyond, it is important to note that IPV remains underreported, and therefore these numbers reflect only a portion of the violence taking place. To provide a further picture of what type of cases we are experiencing at a local level, I'll now read examples of cases that have happened. These cases are anonymous. A real example of abuse in a rural setting here in the Nipissing area is that of a woman and mother